The Garden Report is powered by Prize Picks, the exclusive daily fantasy partner of the CLNS Media Network.
Hey, Buddy Manning here. Welcome to a news edition of the Garden Report. The 76ers late last night made the biggest splash of free agency so far, signing Paul George to a max deal to pull him from the LA Clippers. A pretty shocking move. One that is going to certainly change the dynamic in the East on that Philadelphia team, which essentially replaces Tobias Harris with Paul George, a major upgrade at that spot. And effectively for now, I would say pulls the Clippers out of the championship contention, which was one of the teams that played the Celtics a little more challenging. But three things come to mind here. First, with Philadelphia, they move way up the hierarchy in the East. I would say to 3 as their roster stands, and we'll see how it shapes out around their new big 3 of Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George. The reason I wouldn't put them over the Knicks yet, despite the Knicks losing Isaiah Hartenstein today, is Embiid's injury history and George's age and Maxey's relative playoff inexperience still at this point, given his small stature at the point guard position. You also have to take that into consideration. This is still a matchup that I think the Celtics could handle. Is Paul George going to be able to take on both Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown when the time comes? Again, much of this is going to come down to Embiid's health come playoff time, because he's the engine that made them competitive against the Celtics early in the season. So they're certainly within the top 3 to 5 contenders who have a roster built to scrap with Boston if that time comes. But there are concerns here from depth, from a health standpoint and an age standpoint between their two big stars in George and Embiid. Number 2, the room for error in the East at the very least is reducing for the Celtics here. They made 2 good additions yesterday with Cade and Cornet, and we hit on that already here on the channel. But if there are additional injuries, if there are individual regressions over last season alongside the Kristaps Porzingis injury, which already has him out for the first 2 months effectively of next season, the Celtics are certainly not going to win the East by as many games as they did last year. And again, if you add different issues to the mix, team like Philly, team like New York could take advantage of that. You certainly have to mention Milwaukee in the mix as well, with a full offseason of their cast coming back, and they aren't done either yet here. So those are the top 4 in the East for now. Cleveland's lurking at that 5 spot. We'll see what they're able to pull off here, or if they're able to even keep that core 4 together. But the margin for error is reduced in the East. And going forward into the future, that Clippers standpoint, it's unfathomable that they would break up their core duo here and draw a hard line. I think a 3-year limited extension, almost $100 million less than this, that he ends up signing here. That's the new reality in the NBA here, and the Celtics will face it eventually. They were better suited to handle it than others, but they're going to face a time where they have to say no to somebody, and that could come early as this season, against Sam Hauser's extension demands, or it could come next summer when Derek White hits free agency, and would he be the guy to shake loose in Paul George fashion here if he's able to earn close to $200 million on his next contract, given the luxury tax penalties that the Celtics will face in 2 years. That's something you have to think about here. Nuggets just lost Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, crucial part of their team, over an offer that you would have thought in the past they would have matched. And incredibly, Paul George shakes free from a Clippers team here that doesn't look like they can contend, at least as they stand, without him. So the biggest news of NBA free agency comes to pass. We are brought to you by Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com, our official daily fantasy sports partner. Use the code CLNS for a 100% deposit match up to $100. It's daily fantasy, so you pick 2 players, pick more or less on their stat projections, and you are off. WNBA, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, a great player to play in Prize Picks right now, given the big stats she's putting up. So check that out over there. You got baseball as well. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Use the code CLNS on Prize Picks. Go to the Game Time app and create an account today. Our official ticket marketplace, where you're going to get the best deals, and some of the best deals are right up until or even after game time. Create an account, use the code CLNS. Again, CLNS for $20 off your first purchase over there. Terms apply. You got baseball going on, of course, WNBA. You want to go see a game down in Connecticut, or concerts and events. I used it on Hiatus Coyote over the weekend. So I got a great deal over there, and you can too. And if you use the code CLNS, you'll get $20 off your first purchase, of course. Terms apply. And shout out to Nutrafol. Get $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping. Great offer right now over at Nutrafol. You can get results that you can run your fingers through. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and use the code GARDEN. Find out why 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com. Promo code GARDEN. That's Nutrafol.com. Promo code GARDEN, the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding. Big news of the day again. Paul George goes to the 76ers on a 4-year, $212 deal, joining Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. I'm Bobby Manning. This has been a news edition of the Garden Report. Subscribe, CLNS Media, Celtics All Access.